To a drama-filled siege on Brisbane's north side that ended overnight. The suspect is now in custody after an 8-hour standoff with police. Live to Georgie Chumley in Brisbane. Georgie, he handed himself over to officers.
Good morning, Chevo, that's right, but not after a terrifying ordeal for the residents of Nunda, which is a normally quiet suburb in Brisbane's north. They were ordered to stay inside their homes for the duration of that siege during the tense standoff with Bernard Matthews, a 33-year-old man who was wanted over a string of armed robberies in Brisbane's north. It's alleged that he pulled a gun on a scooter rider as well as a couple trying to get money out of an ATM. Now, police found him at that location at 4 p.m. yesterday at York Street with heavily armed tactical officers swarming that street and pulling their guns. Now, we do know there were dramatic scenes just after 7 p.m. last night when his mother arrived on scene. She was screaming and we do know that she had to be restrained by police. Now, thankfully, Matthews did hand himself in just after midnight without incident, and we do expect there will be charges laid later this morning. Shervo.
Thanks, Georgie. Here's Mon.
Thanks, Shervo. There's relief for families in southwest Sydney this morning with a new high school set to be built as the booming area struggles to keep up with demand. Live to Liam Tapper, who's at Edmondson Park. Now, Liam, there's going to be some very happy people about this news.
Oh, morning, Mon. There certainly will be. Thousands of families will be smiling this morning with the news that there will be a high school built here in Edmondson Park. Of course, Edmondson Park here, it's right in the heart of southwest Sydney. It's one of the fastest growing suburbs in the area, one of the largest growth corridors in the country, and it's been without its own high school for some time. Students here, they've been forced to look elsewhere for their education at a high school level, many of them forced into some 2,000 demountable high schools around the region. So this will bring a lot of relief to those families who are sending their students to high school. Now, while this has been given the tick of approval, one thing that's been suspended, it's open plan classrooms. Now, this might not come as a surprise to many people, but research is in and it's shown that students who are educated in these style of classrooms, they have slower reading rates and they struggle to concentrate. Students, teachers and parents, they're all alike unanimously. They don't want open plan classrooms, Mon, so you can rest assured that when this high school is built here in Edmondson Park by 2027, there won't be any open plan classrooms.
Oh, all right. Thank you very much, Liam. So what are we going to do with all of the open plan classrooms now?
We're going to put walls in. And divide them
Four
up.
walls.
There you go. Simple solution.
Yep, and a whiteboard.
Let's get some more news now. Morning, Eddie.
Morning, Chevo. Morning, everyone. The latest news poll shows support for both major parties slipping, with Labor recording its lowest primary vote since the election. Political reporter Jennifer Beshwadi is in Canberra. Jen, cost of living crisis starting to bite the government, perhaps?
It appears so, Eddie. Support for both Labor and the Coalition has fallen in the primary vote out this morning. Labor is down 2 points to 36%, the Coalition down 1 to 34%. After preferences, though, Labor is still way ahead, up to 55% to the Coalition on 45%. Peter Dutton's popularity has taken a dive. Once again, Anthony Albanese remains the preferred Prime Minister, 54% to 29%. Now, this poll comes just days after the Coalition celebrated a rare victory over the weekend in the Fadden by-election with a swing towards the LNP of around 2%, and that campaign centred on cost of living. But the real worry for Labor at the moment is the Greens, who've also been focused on cost of living, and that news poll out this morning shows that support for the minor party is rising. Eddie?
Thank you so much, Jen. Police are trying to figure out this morning whether an arson attack at a Melbourne gym is connected to a series of recent fire bombings by organised crime groups. Let's go live to Tegan Doling in Melbourne. Tegan, the gym's CEO has spoken out overnight.
He has, Eddie, in what's a pretty scathing statement that was posted to social media. He's called those behind the attack weak little coward arsonists. Now, a car crashed through the front doors of the Fighters Express gym in Dandenong. An accelerant was poured around and it was set alight. And that special task force has been set up to investigate the warring crime gangs, where 11 fire bombings have occurred. Homes, businesses and cars are now also looking into this gym. But he's really trying to distance himself from the investigation, saying if you're going to be a thug or a gangster, don't target kids and family training facilities or innocent people. Shame on you. All of our staff and members have zero gang relations.
and none are involved in any war. If anyone has any problems with individuals that used to be part of the gym, please chase it up directly with them. So I think today, Eddie, it's fair to say a lot of that task force will be trawling through the past memberships at the gym.
Seems so. Thank you, Tegan. A $1 million home south of Adelaide has been destroyed overnight after a huge blaze broke out at the residence. Fire crews were called to Normanville around 7 p.m. to find the three-storey house completely engulfed by flames. No one was injured, with one person treated for smoke inhalation. The house was recently sold this year for $1.4 million. If you plan on catching a bus on Sydney's northern beaches today, check your route before you leave. Almost 200 daily services are being cut due to staff shortages. Passengers can expect less frequent rides around the area and also to the city. You can use the Transport Trip Planner to see how you will be affected.